Market conditions remaining bullish in this bull market, seeing a bull market rank currently of 26.45. The upper end of this momentum run, the upper end of this bull market rally that we've had as well. Buy-sell ratios continue to weaken here, 1.1, working its way back to equilibrium here. You can see this approaching, the red and the green approaching each other. Bulls still in control, but this retracement starting to lose a little bit on breadth overall, seeing this upper range starting to pull back down to that 74 range on sentiment. We're also seeing S&P 500 a little bit of weakness. It doesn't look too significant at this point. We've got some support areas here as well as that 586 range and a pretty big gap down here at this range also if there is going to be some weakness and retracement. Seeing that just a little bit. Nothing overly concerning as of yet other than just the location of the trend, the upper end of the upper end of the upper end. We're at all-time highs really across the board, and seeing if we can continue with this momentum. We have had Russell and tech in charge here, Russell 1000, small cap, mid cap names leading the rally. That's starting to slow down and pause a little bit. You can see some of those changes as of yesterday. Let's take a look at bonds while we're right here. We've got SHY, which is continuing to show weakness. The weakness in bonds means increase in interest rates. That's the market is going to be paying attention to that at some point here. If it's a negative thing or not, doesn't necessarily. Market's not necessarily showing over concern about where we are at currently with the bond market, but there is certainly a disconnect right there. Let's jump over and look at sectors. We're seeing relative strength here in sectors, meaning we've got the majority in uptrends and a couple here in this hold range, that transition range, and 3 in the downtrend sell range. Commodities continuing to have weakness here. Silver pulling back under that 50% retracement, approaching that $27.618 retracement zone, and also GLD continuing to have weakness here as well. So that commodity run selling off significantly, starting to get some momentum to the extreme, to the downside, where we could see some support, particularly in this corrective zone right here, this 382 50% box, which is essentially this high point and this low point. We're back to halfway, almost 50% retracement. That typically finds some support areas as well, some demand starting to come back in. We'll see if we get that in gold. We're seeing weakness here in USO, which is ETF for oil, as it has been really in this real choppy range now for quite some time. Let's jump over and take a look at the muscle stock group today. Not a whole lot in that buy list today. Some to take a look at. Let's take a look at SBH, which is Sally Beauty in the retail space. Nice confirmation bar, increasing volume in the momentum zone. Larger cap, mid cap, billion, average volume to almost 3 million shares per day. Interesting price pattern for that stock. And then also MIR, interesting price pattern here as well. Lots of volume leading up to that. Big gap lower as well that was bought into and rallying back up. So you're getting demand in this name as well. Some increased volume in the last couple of days. A couple of names for you to consider today. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.